Absolute Radio is where you can hear Prince, Mumford and Sons,
I will wait for you.
and The Killers.
Can you read my mind?
Absolute Radio
Where real music matters.
Absolute Radio
is
the home of rock and roll football. Barclays Premier League football commentary every Saturday afternoon. Absolute Radio.
Hello, dear listener. Iain Lee. It sounds very quiet in my ears. I have no reason to know why. Eloise isn't there. She's disappeared. Thank you to Ben Jones for playing records and talking and stuff. We have special guests aplenty. We've got Watko. Hello, Watko.
Hello.
You need to talk into the microphone, man. You work in radio. You know that.
Hey up.
There we go. You see, that's better. And we have John Archer, who's a magician.
Hello.
Oh, hey, jeez.
Hey.
You don't need to talk into the microphone that much.
I'm from the north. I'm used to shouting.
Where at? Watko, you're from the north.
Well, if Mansfield's from the north...
Yeah, it's definitely. It's got man in it, so it's bound to be from the north,
Exactly.
isn't it? Anything with a man in it.
So where are you from then, John?
I'm from Stockton-on-Tees, up near Middlesbrough.
Okay, I don't know anything. I don't know where that is.
Where
or-
are you from?
Slough.
Oh,
Ooh, I know. No, tell me. I got out of there as soon as I could. As soon as I could.
because it's a strange accent you've got, isn't it? It's a nondescript accent he's got, hasn't he? Watko, do you think?
Exactly, yeah, it's kind of like middle of the road.
Put that near your mouth, man. Come on.
It's a middle of the road, wishy-washy type
Middle of the road. Well, that's all right, though, isn't it?
Yeah, for radio, it's very, very good. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd never get a job on radio, would I? Hey, unless I was Keith Chegwin, and then I would.
Cheggers.
Yeah.
So you're a magician.
Yes.
Are you going to do some tricks tonight? Now, I asked you on Twitter, and you went, "Oh, I don't really work on the radio."
Well, I can do something, but it's going to be like having a stripper on the radio or a ventriloquist. It's going to be the same sort of thing.
But I don't care about the losers listening to this. I genuinely love magic. I love it.
All right then, I'll show you a trick or two. Not. I don't want to do it too early because I don't want to lose the listener like that early in the show. It's like, oh my word, pick a card,
they've gone
count to
already.
86.
We went and saw. Who did we go and see just now, Watko? It's a weird night.
Brett Domino.
Brett Domino, have you heard of this guy? He does like YouTube pop videos.
No, I don't know him.
It was a very strange evening, but very enjoyable. And there was a magician on there.
Right.
I
need a name. Give me a name.
He was 6'7" tall.
Right. Lee?
No.
No.
was
Wasn't Lee
it?
Hathaway. He's tall.
Was it Lee Hathaway?
It could be Lee Hathaway.
Should we Google Lee Hathaway?
Google Lee Hathaway and see it was him.
Okay, let's see if.
First of all, we better find out whether it was good or bad.
It was. He did a brilliant trick.
Oh, okay.
He did a brilliant trick.
I'm just thinking of tall magicians I know.
It wasn't Lee Hathaway.
It wasn't Lee Hathaway. All right. Other tall magicians. 6'7". Who do I know that's that tall? Just type in magician 6'7".
Okay, let's. Oh, maybe it was Lee Hathaway.
That's what Google's for.
Hang on, magician.
Other search websites are available.
He wore pink pants.
Pink pants.
Pink pants.
That
Does
still
that
sounds
ring
like
any
Lee
bells?
Hathaway to me.
Oh, hang on, where did we go tonight? Let's just look that up.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
know where
it.
he went. Somewhere near King's Cross. King's Head? King's something?
Place?
King's Place.
Jeez, so I do apologise, John. You've
Oh, sorry, you
expected to
should come a little bit more prepared if you're going to tell anecdotes.
I know it's an awful. Hang on a minute. So what's on? Oh, geez, this is the most confusing system in the world. Thursday 16th, The Fix presents Brett Domino and Stephen Peavis. That's who we went to see.
Okay, with
Pete Hathaway.
Pete Hathaway.
Yeah,
Not Lee Hathaway.
Pete Hathaway.
All right. Okay. Well, there might be a Pete Hathaway. Maybe Lee's got a tall brother. I don't know.
Anyway, he did a trick. Right,
Yes.
Where he had a drawing of himself.
Yes.
And
A very tall drawing.
a tall drawing.
6'7".
And
yeah.
he turned away and he got a lad to pick 4 different coloured pens.
Yes.
And he said, right, we need to colour in my pants, colour in my socks,
Right.
colour in my T-shirt and
Yes.
colour in, like, my armband, right?
Yeah.
And that was it. And he sent the lad off. And then he said, you coloured in my T-shirt yellow, my vest yellow. And he was wearing a yellow vest.
Right.
And then he said, you coloured in my socks green, and he was wearing green socks. He said,
Mm.
you coloured in my pants pink, and he was wearing pink pants.
Right. I think I've got the idea now.
How
Don't bother with the last one. I know what's going to happen. Yeah.
how did he do that?
I can't tell you how he did
Oh,
it. No, I can't tell you how he did it.
John, come
It's a lovely trick. In fact, there are a few methods he could have used, but
Yeah.
all of them brilliant. He sounds very, very good. I've never heard of Pete Hathaway. I'm going to feel bad now because this guy's going to get in touch with me on Facebook
Yeah.
or Twitter and say, "Come on, we're best of friends. We got drunk in Blackpool."
He was
8 years ago."
6'7".
You see, it does sound like Lee, but I mean,
Maybe he's changed his name. Maybe he's had a sex change and changed his name.
well, again, that does sound like Lee. Everything's fitting in.
Listen, because I've got a little boy now, he's 17 months, and I was saying to Watko that when he gets older, I want to be able to do magic tricks. I think if my dad could do one magic trick where he wrote something on a bit of paper, then ripped it up, and then he had the bit of paper in his hand, and it was like, whoa.
Okay, yeah.
And it was the most amazing thing. And I'd love to be able to, for my son, go pick a card, any card, and do all of that.
Kids don't like that, Vanishing a coin, pulling out the ear. It sounds corny.
Really?
Kids love that.
They love all that stuff, don't they?
Yeah. Kids, till they're about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then
How long does it take to learn like that stuff?
Well, vanishing a coin.
Yeah.
I mean, you can learn to vanish a coin in, you can learn how to vanish a coin in, 10 minutes reading a book. You can learn how to do it, and then to learn to practice it and do it well, would probably take you a few weeks of just, practicing. I've talking
about this variety night I do, and we've had a few magicians in, and since seeing them, I've kind of been inspired. And look, I have a pack of cards with me that I carry around. I practice little card shuffles because I bought a book on card tricks,
right?
And I bought a book on coin tricks,
right? Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo, yeah.
You see, Bobo's coin magic.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
good.
I can't get... But the first thing is where he shows you how to... I haven't got any coins on me. He shows you how to palm a coin. So you hold it, and this isn't giving away anything, you hold it sort of between the thumb and that finger in the palm of your hand. But I can't do it without sort of looking like that.
No. Well, that's what takes you years to get it so it looks like you're not...
Years?
Well, it can do. And also it depends. You see, some people have great hands for doing... coin and cards.
Excuse me.
That's all right.
Beg your pardon.
Dear me, that coffee sounds strong.
Thank you, Eloise.
No, some people have good hands for doing cards and coins and magic, and some people, if you've got small hands, it's really hard to do. People do it, but it's harder to do card magic with small hands than it is with bigger hands.
I'm always amazed that Elton John can play the piano, because he's got stubby little fingers, isn't he?
Yeah,
tiny fingers.
Yeah. I think he has a special piano. I think if you look, it doesn't have Steinway, it has Stubway.
Yeah,
something like that.
that'll
It's
be
for
it.
stubby fingers.
So you're saying...
I'm just saying thank you for my coffee. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Eloise.
I know it's your rude, you don't say anything, but... No, that's perfect, thank you. Oh, is this instant? I'll manage.
So how... But I'm quite clumsy and not very good at this kind of stuff, but you reckon anyone could learn to do it?
I think anyone can learn... Anyone can learn... to do magic. It's just what type of magic you got. If you're cack-handed, then the really clever stuff you're not going to learn. I mean, the stuff that I can't do. I see Ben Earl, who was on Fool Us with us. Yeah, he does some card stuff that I don't think I'd ever be able. Maybe if I
was he the guy with the green table.
He was, he had the green table, and he basically they shuffled the cards and he found the 4 aces. That was Ben.
Good.
Yeah, he was very good. But he is. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. He could be classed as one of the best in the world with cards. He's certainly one of the best in this country.
The thing I found about him though was he was a little. I found him a little bit too smooth, personally, in the patter stage.
Right.
And it was brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but it felt like a slightly old-fashioned way of doing.
Oh, you might be getting mixed up with Michael Vincent. Michael Vincent's a bit more classic.
Oh, maybe it was Michael Vincent.
Ben was on last. He was sort of the cool dude.
Yeah, no, he was okay. Yes, he was good.
Yeah.
From this card, I've learned how to do the shuffle where you control where that card goes.
Yeah, you see, you're giving so much away. It's like being on a show with Penn and Teller now, just giving it all out.
And then I keep dropping the cards, and look, there it is again.
Yeah, but that's it. That's what magic is. It's learning lots of those little things and then putting them together in the routine.
I love it.
And saying something more than, look, I can keep this card here, and look, it's still there. That's
the thing. Because I've been practicing that shuffle for ages, right? And I can't do it. I'm rubbish. But I'm so pleased.
I couldn't see it. The monitors were in the way.
Exactly.
You just showed me a card, hit it behind the monitor and went, look, it's still there. You could have actually only had one card there, for all I know.
Well, I saw how the guy did a card trick tonight. And I won't give it away. But
this is Lee / Pete Hathaway.
Yeah, it was the Hathaway brothers.
The Hathaway brothers, yeah.
And it was just from reading the first kind of chapter of this book about card tricks. I could see how he was doing the card trick, and that kind of upset because I want to know how they're done, but I don't want to know how they're done.
That's one thing you've got to be prepared for.
Yeah.
Once you start learning magic, the one thing you lose is that sense of wonder. You see, I've forgotten what it's like to watch something like a magic act, watch it and just be like, that's impossible. I don't feel like that hardly ever now. Now and again, I might watch something and be blown away by it, but very, very rarely. And my wife, when we first got married, I'd do a trick, and she'd go, "Oh, how's that done?" And she'd pester me, and I'd have to show her, or I wouldn't get sex. And and then so I'd show her how the trick was done. But now, she sees me do a new trick, and she says, "Oh, don't tell me. I prefer not to know." And she genuinely prefers watching it, going, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Because it is more fun. It's much more fun to be mystified than...
It is.
Sometimes knowledge can be a bit dull.
It is, I totally agree. We should say that, John, you will have possibly seen him on TV because you were on the Penn and Teller Jonathan Ross show that was that a couple of months ago?
January, yeah.
Was it that long ago, blimey?
January the 7th.
And that was the pilot. sort of episode.
Well, it wasn't classed as a pilot. It was called a special. It was a 1.5 hour special. But I suppose, to all intents and purposes, it served as a pilot.
Because there's a series that starts this weekend on ITV.
Starts on Saturday, ITV, 8 o'clock, prime time, Saturday night show, for an hour.
You don't need to big it up because you're not on it.
I'm not. Well, I will be on this week,
okay.
I think, unless they've decided to cut me out.
So the premise is...
You're stripping off now.
I am. I'm getting hot. You're making me hot, John.
Yeah, I do that.
The premise is Penn and Teller, who are two of the best magicians in the world.
Yes.
And they kind of gave it a kick up the arse sort of in the late 80s, early 90s, didn't they?
They did,
and made it all sexy again. Loads of amateur or semi-professional, professional magicians come on.
Not many amateur. In truth,
all
most of the magicians who went on, I'd say the vast majority were working magicians who sort of, earn a living from it.
Yeah. And they have to go on, do a trick, and Penn and Teller, if Penn and Teller can't work out how it's done, they get to go to Vegas and open for Penn and Teller.
Actually, we didn't open. We ended up closing for them, which is even more nerve-wracking.
Because you beat them, so you...
I managed to fool them, with a silly little trick with envelopes.
Yeah, it was good.
It's on YouTube. Look it up. So
you went to Vegas and...
I went, me and Ben, the guy, the cool guy, who you thought was a bit slick, but it was the wrong one.
I was thinking of the other fella.
Yeah, you were thinking of Lee Hathaway.
Yes.
We shall now know as Pink Pants Lee. Anyway, we went out to Vegas just about a week or so ago. I got back last week, and we went out there, and they treated us all to 5-star luxury and took us up in helicopters.
And so, how long did you get to do?
I did. I'm not sure exactly how long I did, but I did about 20 to 25 minutes, something like that.
In Vegas?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, their theatre is... it holds 1,500, which by London standards, there's theatres that hold 3,000 or whatever. But it feels much bigger because it's American. So they have 4-foot leg room, and the seats are 3 foot wide, and they just have big aisles. So
and
it's a massive theatre.
Those Vegas theatres are because they're all custom built, aren't they?
Yeah,
just for that specific show, and
just
it's
for them.
fantastic.
The first time we walked in, I've seen their show before, but I'd never been on the stage. And I walked on the stage, and everything was, all the flats were lifted up, so it was a massive stage. Yeah. And I walked on and looked down, and I just thought, oh my word, I'm going to be performing here, in a couple of days' time.
And did it go well?
It went very, very well.
Yeah.
But watch on Saturday, you'll see what happened.
Okay.
Because I'm sure they'll show it.
Did they understand your accent? Because there's the whole thing of Cheryl Cole being kicked off the X Factor because they couldn't understand her northern accent. Was there any of, what's he saying? I don't understand.
What the schmuck talking about? Yes, they did, but
because I'm struggling to understand. I'm getting every third word. And
Exactly. Well, you don't even know who Lee Hathaway is. He's got more mentions than me on the show.
He's very tall.
He's 6'7".
Yes.
Yes, they did understand. But I've worked in America before. You see,
right.
I've performed in America a bit. I performed at the Magic Castle in LA about 4 times, and I've done magic conventions over in America. So I slow down a little bit, and you just have to remember Americanisms. I have a line like I say, I'm a comedy magician. I know what you're thinking. You look more like a builder. And I must admit, I am laying a few bricks at the moment. So that's like my opening line. But in America, I used to say, and I'm bricking it. Now that doesn't make sense. No. I had to say I'm laying a few bricks, and I couldn't say builder. I had to say construction worker.
Wow.
So every phrase I'm saying, I had to think.
You have to translate it.
I have another line where I say, "This is what I do. I'm not Ben Elton. I don't do clever political stuff. It's like a comedy car boot sale at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All the good stuff's gone. We're left with the crap. You're on the front row." And that's
do that in American.
Well, in American, it would be, "This is what I do. I'm not Jay Leno. I don't do clever political stuff. It's like a comedy garage sale at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All the good stuff's gone. We're left the crap. You're on the front row." Da, 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 da. Then I'd stand up and salute, and they'd all go well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you got a website?
Are you all right, Watko? Because he's ignoring you, isn't he?
No, I'm enjoying it. I'm just listening. I'm sitting.
He is quiet, isn't he? He is quiet.
He's very, very quiet. We're
gonna he might have been talking, and we wouldn't have known. To be honest,
we're going to prod him later on.
Yeah.
Do so. I'm going to play a record. And
Good.
Then have you got a website?
Yes, john-archer.com. John-archer.com.
Was there a johnarcher.com already? Did someone get...
Yeah. Do you know what? It's a water expert in Australia.
Man, damn these water experts. It's just the worst thing. Do you mind talking to the idiots that phone this show?
Do you know what? I'd love to talk to them. In fact, I can guarantee that some of my friends will try and ring up and pretend to be somebody else.
03301 23 1215 is the phone number. If you want to talk to John and ask him anything about magic, he won't tell you how it's done, though.
If Lee's listening, Lee Hathaway, could he ring in and tell us if it was him?
Lee, give us a call and let us know. We'll have some of your calls after this. Hello, dear listener. Iain Lee, Absolute Radio. Eloise is through there. Hello, Eloise.
Hey,
Watko is here.
Hello.
And John Archer, the Great Archini, is that the name?
No. Do you know what? That was a name I had for a year, and I can't get rid of it now. But I still use it sort of in my Twitter name. And
What are you at the Archini, I think?
yeah, at the Archini. Yeah.
And you were just telling us about the Penn and Teller show that you're on.
Yes.
That must have been terrifying, because they are two of the world's greatest magicians.
It is terrifying. I'll tell you what, I think I equated it to, like, being fed to the line, like a gladiatorial thing. It was a bit like you sort of go out and you do your bit, and then there's those two there sort of either giving you the thumbs up or thumb down. It was really... I mean, it's nerve-wracking performing, and then it's even more nerve-wracking performing to a load of magicians, which you sometimes do if you go to a magic convention. But then performing to probably the two greatest magicians in the world at the moment, and their sole purpose is to try and work out what you're doing, when most magicians do all the tricks anyway. It was just... I've never had such a.
Did you think you'd beat them? Did you think were you confident in the trick?
No, I wasn't confident at all. I went through phases of thinking, you know what, this might fool them, to thinking, they're bound to work it out, and I drifted in and out of that, and I'd sort of get confident, and then I haven't got a chance.
It looked so simple, your trick.
It was, yeah. It is simple in essence, but the big advantage I had is I was doing a trick that's a classic trick that's been done before in many different guises, and it's been called sort of bank night, and it's been called just chance. And the idea that there's some money in one envelope, nothing in the others, and people choose, and you end up with the money. But I'd come up with a new method that allowed me to do things that no other method could do. So it allowed me to take out lots of notes rather than just one, and they weren't folded up, and they could come very cleanly out of the last envelope. So I knew that what would be happening would be Penn and Teller would be watching me do the trick, and they'd be ticking off the methods in the head, sort of going, oh, well, he's not doing that method. All right, he hasn't done that one. Okay, he's not using that. He's not using that. Oh, he didn't do that just then. So when eventually I pulled the money out at the end, it was like, oh, where do we go now? He hasn't done any of the things we thought he was going to do, and he's pulled all that money out. So I knew that. I knew I had a chance, but I thought there was a vague chance that they might have heard about it, because I'd sort of been doing it for a year, and I had sold it to a few other magicians. Right. So I really didn't have a clue, to be honest.
It was a brilliant show, and I can't wait for it to come on TV on Saturday, because there's a great bit where they're just sitting there whispering to each other, and they're kind of shaking their head and go, I just don't know how he did it. And they turn around and say, did you do this? I don't know. And it was wonderful to see two people who obviously love magic so much.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Being stumped.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
I can't tell you.
It's a good trick.
It's a fun trick.
Yeah,
it's good fun. To be honest, it's normally a trick I just open with. It's not, it's not an amazing baffler like, colouring my pants in yellow and my t-shirt in green. It's not a baffler like that. But normally I would do it early on in my act just to establish who I am and to play with the audience, and it's a little 1 in 5 chance trick to set up what I'm doing. So. But, of course, I could have done something stronger, but they would have definitely known how to do it. So, that was something I knew might just fool them. So,
at the end of it, did they come up to you and say, so go on then, how did you do that? We're Penn and Teller, tell us, you must tell us.
No, they didn't come and say, you must tell us, but but I did speak to them afterwards, and Teller, who's probably the magic nut out of the two of them, he did come and say it was really, really good, and here's what I thought. And I was saying, well, actually, this is what happened. And I showed him, and he was lovely. He sort of said, wow, that's better cool than I imagined. Yeah, it was great.
That's fantastic.
It was really cool. Yeah.
Now, we've mentioned the Hathaway twins.
Yes, Lee and Pete.
One of them's called in. Which one is it? Hathaway.
He'll be in a drunken stupor. He's fallen asleep.
Is that Lee?
Hello, hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Lee. Are you anywhere near your phone?
Yeah, I'm right by my phone.
He's sat with Watko. We can't hear either of them.
We can hardly hear you.
Can you not?
Just about. Now, Lee, it wasn't you that...
I'm right by my phone.
OK, calm down. Let's not fall out over this. Come on, boys.
You've been drinking? Lee, we've worked out it wasn't you.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Who is this Pete Hathaway guy, then, going around stealing your name?
There's some guy called Pete Hathaway. I don't know. A few people have mentioned to me. I know he's a magician. I think he's based up north somewhere, but I've no idea. Funnily enough, I've got a distant cousin called Pete Hathaway who I've never really met, apart from once at a wedding when I was a kid. But I don't think it's the same.
Is he 6'7"? Because this guy was 6'7".
Well, he would have been 6'7" when he was 6-year-old, will he?
No, that's true, actually.
Apparently this guy is really tall as well.
Yeah.
So I've only heard sort of vague mentions of him, but I mean, I'm 6'7" myself.
So the Hathaway twins are 6'7".
Two 6'7" Hathaways. I mean, one's bad enough, but two of them, dear me. Actually, I should have known it wasn't. I shouldn't have known it wasn't you, Lee, when they said that it was a really good trick.
I thought it was really nice of you to say that until you just negated it by saying that now, John.
Yeah, but you've had lots of name checks, fella, and you're on the new series of Penn and Teller Foolers as well, aren't you?
I am indeed, yeah.
Yeah. Don't say anything about it. Don't give anything away.
Don't give it away.
I can't, you know as well as I do, I can't give anything away. So.
Lee, in the green room, like, when you're filming the Penn and Teller show, are all the magicians kind of like, covering their work so that no one else can... Is it a lot of rivalry between you lot?
I think there's actually more camaraderie than there is rivalry, really. I don't think.
You should have heard what John's been saying about all of you lot when we've been off air. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I was warning you about him. Can we fade him out now?
Yeah, in a minute.
I think the important thing to remember is that it's above and beyond the premise of fooling Penn and Teller. It's all about putting good magic on TV and decent magicians on television.
Yeah.
And seeing that and appreciating it. And I think anyone that got on the show, whether
Whoa!
Penn and Teller or not is.
Did you hear that buzz?
I did, yeah. I thought it was him.
Lee, listen,
Sorry, we got a buzz then, Lee.
Lee, I'm going to have to let you go because it's a terrible, terrible line. We can hardly hear you, but thank you very much for calling in.
No worries, all right. Take care, guys.
Cheers, fella.
Take care, Lee. Bye.
Okay, I couldn't really hear what he was saying. He was very quiet, but he sounds like a nice
He's
enough
not
chap.
normally quiet. I don't know what was wrong with him. That might have been Pete. Well, actually, it might have been Pete ringing in, pretending to be Lee.
Sabotaging Lee.
Yeah, and saying I'm 6'7" as well. And
We've got Alan Caddick on the line. Hello, Alan.
Evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
By the way, I have to say, Alan Caddick's a real person.
Is he really?
Yeah,
is he a regular?
Yeah. Alan, are you a fan of magic?
Semi-regular.
What?
A semi-regular.
He's a semi-regular.
Semi-regular. Never mind. You can
translate.
get tablets for that now. Little blue ones.
Alan, are you a fan of magic?
Yes, I am. At the moment, I want to do a magic trick with our magic man.
You want to do a magic trick?
Come on then. What, you're going to do a trick on me?
No, this will be good.
Well, by the power of the mind.
Oh, great. I like the
thinking
sound of that.
of
You're borrowing one.
I'm thinking of a famous celeb.
Yeah.
I'm broadcasting my thought to you down the phone line
Yeah.
into the studio, and I want you to try and guess who's in my mind.
All right then. Okay.
Okay, I'm concentrating.
Am I right in
very
saying? Am I right in saying it's a woman?
hard. No.
Okay. Give me another go. It's a man, yeah.
Yeah, it's a man.
Okay. Is it Ryan Reynolds?
Wrong.
Wasn't it?
Who is it then?
Steve Guttenberg.
You totally just changed that at the last minute, Caddick.
Yeah, he did. It was definitely Ryan Reynolds. I felt the vibes.
You got the vibes, did you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's go to Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hi.
Hey, Joe. Is she a regular?
Am I Joe?
No, are you a regular, Joe?
Jesus, I'm sorry.
I don't mean are you a
I
regular
regular?
Joe. That sounds a bit like, are you a regular Jim? I mean, yes, hello.
Hi. Is that me, Joe?
Who?
Am I a regular?
Yeah,
Joe,
I'm talking to you, Joe.
I can make this a little bit... Joe, turn your radio off.
I'm going to have a party ring while she sorts herself out.
Sorry?
Yeah.
I'm having a party ring. You talk to her, will you, Lee?
Joe,
Party ring.
turn your radio off.
Oh, sorry, it's a bit loud.
It's
there you go. Is that better?
Just turn it off completely.
Off completely.
Because it will
There
confuse
go.
you.
Don't turn your phone off.
Okay.
Leave that on.
Well,
There
maybe.
you go. I've turned my radio off.
Okay.
It's gone.
You're through to John. What would you like to say?
Hi.
Hi,
How
Joe.
are you?
I'm very well.
I like wine.
Me too. It's lovely wine.
I love magic even more.
I like magic wine.
Oh, I love magic wine.
I love magic. Do you know Lee Hathaway by any chance?
Sorry?
You'd get on really well with Lee Hathaway.
Who?
Yeah. Joe, is there any point to this call?
No.
Then we'll say goodnight. Thanks very much for calling. So, how long have you been doing magic for, John? Since you're a boy?
No, funnily enough, I didn't start till I was about 19, and I came to London to go to art college.
Right.
And right across the road from my art college, which was then Central School of Art and Design, which is now called Central St Martin's, I think, in Holborn, there was a little magic shop called Alan Allen's Magic Spot.
Okay.
It was run by a man called Alan Allen.
That wasn't really his name, was it?
Yeah, that was his name. If you were his friend, you could call him Alan. I didn't know him very well. I had to call him Alan.
On a side note, when
Yes.
I bought my first flat about 12 years ago, the man that sold it to me was a guy called Felix.
Felix.
Felix was his name.
no.
His name was Felix Felix. How weird is that?
That's great, though.
Anyway,
isn't it?
sorry, carry on with your Alan.
So anyway, Alan Allen, who's still alive, still around, he's a lovely fellow. He's in his 80s now. He's a weird character, still a bit of a weird character in a nice way. But he used to run the Magic Spot, and I used to go there sort of at lunchtimes from college and just buy practical jokes, like chewing gum that went bang and things to play on my friends. and I just got
Hello,
intrigued.
It's Absolute Radio.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Oh, so Absolute Radio.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm absolutely certain. I just bought these little jokes and tricks and then he told me about a book, and he told me about a club where magicians went to, and I just really, I sort of spent all my college grant, because you used to get a grant then.
Oh, I got a grant when I was back in those. That's
That was great,
fantastic.
wasn't it? But I spent all of my grant on magic tricks. Got a terrible degree, but learned how to do magic. So not like most people who start when they're a kid with a little magic. But you're just getting into it now.
I'm just getting into it.
you didn't
38.
start as a kid.
I'm an old man now.
Yeah.
I had the Paul Daniels magic sets and all that as a boy, and I used to do the trick with the 3 bits of rope.
Yes.
At different lengths. I remember I was like 7 years old and they would do it.
Professor's Nightmare, that's called.
Is it?
Yeah.
I would do the Professor's Nightmare, and then I'd say to my mum and dad, right, I'm just going to step out in the hallway, don't look. And then I'd go out and then I'd tie the knot and come back in and go, aha. And bless my parents, they said, oh, it's very impressive, well done, Ian, you've done a good job there. Yeah. But because magicians normally are geeky, they start off as quite geeky boys.
Yeah, I think a lot. Yeah, I think a lot, which is maybe why women don't need to get into magic. Maybe that's why there aren't many women magicians.
Yeah.
They just don't feel the need to try and impress. Whereas I think a lot of guys get into magic when they're sort of in their teens. They're all a bit gangly, and they just think, how can I impress somebody? I can't talk. I'm not very good looking. Yeah. But hey, I can make a coin vanish.
Watko, you a fan of magic?
I love the magic. I used to watch Paul Daniels on the telly.
Paul Daniels was awesome, wasn't he?
He was
He still is awesome, in fairness.
He's doing a few shows
around.
every now and then, yes. I've interviewed him. I interviewed him last year because I was a big fan of his. And he's a bit suspicious, bless him, and he was waiting for the punchline. And there wasn't.
He is. He was probably thinking, you're going to do a little number on him, try and make it look like an idiot.
Yeah, he was. And fair play to him, and he kept his guard for the whole thing. And I was trying to convince him it was a genuine coming from a place of affection, because when I was a kid, he was Mr. Saturday Night. He owned the BBC. Yeah. He was amazing.
Yeah. But if you go and see him now, I don't know how old he is now, but I mean, he's
89 years old now.
Is he 89? 89. And Debbie, she's older than him now. She started off younger, but she's actually older. She's taken over.
I did Come Dine With Me with Debbie McGee.
Oh, did you?
She was delightful,
good?
yeah. I've heard some stories.
She sat on my knee, Debbie McGee.
Really?
Yeah. I had a fish and chips with Debbie McGee once.
Is that a euphemism?
Yes, it is.
Good lad, thank you very much. We'll have some more from John after this. And I'm going to make him do a magic trick for us. I'm going to make you.
All right.
It's going to happen.
Save someone's life.
Iain Lee on Absolute Radio.
OK, we've got John Archer here. John, give us your website again, please.
It's the W's and then John hyphen, which is a dash for the Northerners. John hyphen.
Come on, focus.
Archer.com. John hyphen Archer.com.
And the Penn and Teller show, Fool Us.
Fool Us, Saturday night, ITV, 8 o'clock, in case nobody's heard.
We'll get a glimpse of you performing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what, but they came out with us, they interviewed us, they filmed what was going on there, they filmed us doing the show in front of all the Penn and Teller crowd and everything else. So hopefully, I mean, I haven't seen it myself, so I don't know, but hopefully we're going to catch up on all of that as well.
And if you're a fan of magic, even if you're not a fan of magic, watch the show on Saturday, because Penn and Teller, if you've never seen them, they're just superb anyway. Jonathan Ross is back on top form after a couple of shaky years.
Do you know what? He was lovely. He was really nice. Really, really nice. Backstage, I mean, I haven't met tons and tons of celebs, but the ones I have met have been all right. But he was just genuinely.
He's a nice bloke, isn't he?
Nice, and he sort of was trying. He's calming me down, saying you're going to be great out there. Don't worry about it. You'll be fantastic. Enjoy it. And he was just saying all the right things. And he wasn't starry or standing in a corner not speaking to me.
Good.
Just before he introduced me, he sort of came backstage and had a little chat.
And you can tell that he's enjoying doing that show as well, that he's enjoying seeing the magic and being a part of it.
I think it's because he's a genuine magic fan, for one, which you need. If you've got anybody hosting a magic show, you're a magic fan, you should host a magic show. He's a genuine...
If there was a job going somewhere,
if there was a job going, you should go for it.
Yes.
But he's a genuine magic fan, and the other thing is, he's a Penn and Teller fan. I mean, it was him, really, that discovered Penn and Teller over here.
Yeah, well, it was on his last resort, or whatever it was.
Yeah,
he was doing at the time.
Exactly. So he brought them over here. So he's got all of that. He's got all of that going for him as well. And also, it's just a great little format to where he can just relax and do what he does best.
And you get to see lots of new people that you've probably never seen on TV before doing some quite impressive stuff.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, because magic hasn't been on telly for about 20 years in any great form. There are a load of great acts out there, and like you say, at last they're getting seen.
It's funny how it comes and goes in fashion and stuff, because there hasn't been any magic, as you say, for a few years. Then suddenly, the BBC with their show and ITV both went, you know what, it's magic. It was going to be the year of magic. And they both kind of did these high-budget, high-profile things. BBC One, I don't think, was quite so successful. But it was interesting that it was in the zeitgeist that this magic. Now, we're going to do magic again.
Well, I think they want to do magic. I think the problem is they're not sure how they want to do it. They're slightly, they haven't got magic star who they're brave enough to say, well, we'll let them front the show on their own, like they did with Paul Daniels. So they're trying to find this format whereby they don't have to rely on one magician doing something. And I think they're still trying to find out, somebody who's confident enough to get out there. I'm your man. But, somebody who's confident enough to get out there and can sort of do a bit of everything and entertain them.
I tell you what, someone mentioned this the other day, and this is a good point. What I didn't like about the BBC One show was they were getting celebrities to do magic. That kind of demystifies it, I think, because then you go, well, hang on, if George Lamb, who's a nice lad, but if he's doing a trick, then there's nothing special. I want the magicians to kind of stand out and be special.
Yeah. Well, and also the fact is that magic, in essence, the secret of a trick can be very, very simple. Yeah. But to put that secret over so that nobody spots the secret, or sell that trick well, can take a lot of experience and practice to know exactly how to stand, where to look, how to move, so that the secret is missed. And I think just to throw a celeb in and say, well, do you know what? If you just hold that thing at the back there and then pull it out to the front, that'll work. That's all you've got to do. Yeah. Then they think that's all they've got to do, but they don't realise, how and when and and what they say while they do it. And so I think it's a bit of a red herring thinking, get celebs to do it. I think it's great to get celebs involved. I can understand why they did that. I just think the celebs should be involved, but not performing the tricks because, it, like you say, it just belittles it slightly.
Come on, you're stalling us. I want a trick.
You want a trick? All right, well, listen.
Earn your keep.
All right, I'm not going to do a card trick. You can have that. Just take that. It's a die. All right, now, obviously, some people call it a dice. It's not a dice. It's a die. It's only a dice if there's more than one. Yeah. Then it's dice. If there's one, it's a die. Unless you're French and there's two of them, it's deux die. You see, I don't write all of this myself. I get it out of the books. You can sit down. It's all right. Okay. So what you're going to do is just for the audience, just confirm that it's just a little white plastic die, the type of thing you'd buy from Toys R Us.
Yes, it's a normal die.
And it's got 6 numbers on it. Yep. Okay. No numbers repeated. No numbers missing. No. Excellent. What you're going to do is you're just going to sort of shake it in your hands, and then you're going to drop it on the table. Yeah. Keep your hands over the top so I can't see it. Yeah. And then you're just going to peek and see what number's on top. Now listen, before we do this, people are going to think it's one of those special dies that always lands on a certain number. It's not. I promise. Okay. So do this a few times. Just keep shaking it and dropping it and checking that it lands on a different number each time.
Okay.
Excellent. And again.
Okay, different number, yeah.
Different number every time. Okay, you're going to choose one for yourself this time, so shake it. Don't let me see it. I mean, the screens are in the way anyway, but shake it. Yeah. Then drop it on the table. Yeah. And then lift your hand up and see what number's on top. Yeah. Cover it up again. Now, listen, if you're not happy with that number, you can turn it to a different number.
I love it already.
Are you happy with that number?
Yes, I'm very happy.
All right, concentrate on it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Now look at me.
Yeah.
This has got nothing to do with the trick, but it's quite nice. Okay.
Oh, John.
Okay, I'm just going to count to 6. 1.
I get nervous that it won't work.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just out of interest, do you have any idea what his number might have been? Just looking at him, what would you have said?
4.
That's correct. It's a 4, isn't it?
How did you do that?
See?
I can do it.
I'm sending the message to him.
Right, can you do it again?
Yeah, I'll do it again. Okay. Just give it a shake. Hold it down there.
Yeah.
Okay, and concentrate on the number.
Yep.
Okay. You're gonna. Do you want to do it again, or should I do it?
I think you should do it this time.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was easy. You've got it again, haven't you?
5.
Yes! See, you're giving it. You see how easy this is? Boom, shakalaka!
Come on, I'm magic.
Can I do it again?
Yeah, do it again. Come on, do it again. We're here. What time does it finish this show?
We're here all night. Come on. Okay, right. You're never going to get this one. Okay.
Okay. Concentrate on it. Okay. I'm going to do it without counting this time. Okay. Do you have any idea?
Not this time. I'm staying well back.
Okay, but I'm going to say 6. Is that correct?
How are you doing that, man?
Woo-hoo-hoo!
How are you doing that?
It's just a thing. You look.
Can you do it one more time?
Yeah, I can do it one more time if you want. Yeah.
Without talking again.
Yeah, okay.
Without talking. All of a sudden you're getting involved. All right then.
He's only just put my mic up. I've been chatting the whole way.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay. Have you know the number?
I know the number.
Okay, just concentrate on it. You happy with the number? You want to change it?
I'm very happy with that number.
Okay. 1. It's really, you are really thinking of these numbers. You're not just agreeing with me for the audience, are you?
No, not at all. This is amazing. Yeah. Can you do it one more time?
Oh, flip it. Yeah, we can do it one more time.
Wow.
Can't get. All right, this is the last one. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna think of a different number.
You think of a different number? You're not thinking of 5?
It's 5. It's
You're
5.
like blinking 5 times or something.
I love it.
Years of practice and self-denial.
I love it. Man
Let
alive.
me try and guess it.
Okay, Eloise.
I'm not guessing. I've got it right every time. Excuse me. Do you know the odds of getting it right 6 times in a row? 46,656 to 1. Those are the odds. I would have to do it every day, twice a day for 65 years to get 6 in a row.
Eloise, let's see if you can guess it.
You need to come a bit close to me because I'm a bit blind, remember?
No, you're not allowed to look at it.
Okay,
No, I'm
right.
not looking at it here.
Okay,
It.
right.
You can't, no,
No, I can't. You've just got to...
I can't see what you're doing.
That's
with
your problem.
eyeballs.
Try the counting thing.
1. I can't see your eyeballs, so it's not going to work. Just step over a little bit.
Come on now.
Come over a little bit.
Okay, right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
How did you do that? This is right.
Wow.
Okay, no more. We have unleashed forces in this studio that should not be messed with.
Beyond recognition.
John, that's fantastic. I love it.
Thank you
Seriously,
very much.
I love
Thank
it.
you very
I'm
much.
so impressed by that. I'm sure in your world that's a very simple trick, but that's
Well, it's
beautiful.
it's a trick that a few magicians have. I mean, Darren Brown, has brought about this whole thing of of looking at people and doing things, and whether it's true or not, it's certainly a new way of looking at magic. And
I love it.
And there's a lot of guys doing this thing now. There's a lot of
Yeah.
magicians who are just playing around with it. And
I've become a 12-year-old boy again. It's just like, and of course I want you to tell me, but I don't want you to tell me because it's just.
You'd be disappointed.
Of course I would, but that's just wonderful, you know.
But you get a big buzz out of it, don't you?
Oh, it's the best. So, okay, listen, so we've got the website. You're hopefully going to be on TV on Saturday night on the Penn and Teller Fool Us, which is a great show.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
Have you got any gigs? Do you do live gigs and bits and pieces?
I'm doing live gig. I'm doing a children's show for the BBC. Hopefully, I say hopefully. I've got to sign the contract tomorrow. But a thing for CBBC and BBC, Children's BBC, called Help My Teacher's Magic, I think it's called.
Lovely.
Or something along those lines. So I start filming that next week, actually. We start doing some stuff and rehearsing, and that happens throughout the rest of the year. And then I've got some corporate gigs and bits. I'm at the Tobacco Factory in Bristol on the 25th. Is that next Sunday?
Yes, it is next Sunday.
Yeah,
yes.
next Sunday, a week on Sunday, I'm at the Tobacco Factory in Bristol doing a thing
That's a nice little venue,
in a
that.
show called Pete's Friends, which is a show run by Pete Clifford.
Okay.
And gigs here and there along the way.
It's lovely. Thank you so much for coming in.
It's all right. I've enjoyed it. I really have. Anytime.
You're on Matt Ford's show tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I'm Matt Ford's tomorrow night.
We like Matt Ford. He's
He's a great lad, isn't he?
Listen, okay, we'll take some calls after this. 0330 123. But John, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you.
My mind. We'll have some of your calls after this. Fantastic. I love it. That was John Archer, who is awesome. And I thoroughly recommend you watch the Penn and Teller show on Saturday night. Watko's here!
Hey.
Hey! Listen, man, we got your fans on Facebook are kicking off. They want to hear more Watko.
Well, I was hanging back. I was just loving that. I love a bit of magic.
For those who don't know, Watko does a show on another radio station up north, and I'm a big fan of his, and you're staying at mine tonight.
Hey!
Yay!
Not in the same bed.
Not in the same bed, although I
No.
did suggest that we top and tail, and you frowned on that. You poo-pooed that.
You wanted a sort of sleepover sort of thing.
You've got your party ring, and I wanted to have a
Talking
nibble.
of party rings, I've got a magic trick.
Go on.
I make this one disappear. Look.
He's eating a biscuit! So if you any questions you'd like to ask Watko, then now really is the night to do it.
If you can make anything disappear like I just did, then give us a call.
0330 123. Bobby's in Salisbury. Yes, Bobby.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Bobby.
How's your voice today?
I've got a bit of a sore throat, a little bit coffee, but you know what? I'm living the dream, Bobby. I'm alive, and that's I'm grateful for that.
That's good.
Now it says on my screen you've got a bone to pick with me.
I got a bone to pick with
Oi,
you.
I thought we were friends.
Well, we were until well, we still are.
But.
But I went to download last night's podcast.
Yeah, go on.
And I downloaded the best of Barry.
Yes.
And you referred to me as a ladyboy.
Who did?
It says because I've got an iPhone, it comes up, and it says Barry talks about reheating rice, and is rude to a ladyboy called Bobby.
Right. Okay. Now, Eloise, would you like to step in and defend my honour, please?
Yes, I will. I wrote that.
Thank you.
But it was because Barry kept calling you, teasing you about your name. He was like, I don't know if you're a boy or if you're a girl. And so it was in context with him saying that. I apologise if that's offended you, and I can take it down.
It didn't offend me. I just thought I'd.
Well,
I'd
you've got a bit of a cob on about it, Bobby. Let's be honest. Let's discuss this like adult men. And it's upset you, but I want you to know it didn't come from me.
Okay. My dad always used to listen to your podcast, so I sort of told him to download it, and he thought it was quite amusing.
Oh, well, then there you go. As long as your dad's having it. What do you mean, your dad? Why did your dad used to listen to me?
Well, I don't know whether he still downloads you or not.
Oh, jeez. What do we need to do to get your dad back on board?
I don't know.
Come on, Bobby. Listen, this is your project over the weekend, right? I'll be honest. I keep saying we're getting more and more listeners. We're losing listeners like there's no tomorrow.
No, but he might still be downloading you. I'm not sure because I don't live at home anymore.
Could you speak to him over the weekend and find out? And if he's not downloading me, just tell me what I've got. Find out what I've got to do to get him back on board. Okay?
You could ring him, I suppose.
What's his number?
I don't know what day is it. No, he'll be asleep.
Okay, well, maybe we could ring him next week.
Yeah, I suppose you could.
Bobby, you need to be the conduit here.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, Bobby, please. Thank you very much. Are we friends again?
Oh, we weren't ever not friends.
Okay. I love you, Bobby.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And?
I love you too.
Thank you very much.
Absolute Radio.
You're listening to Absolute Radio.
You're listening to Dr. Nick's Love Line. Next up, we've got Dave. Tell us your story.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
We've got Igor coming up, and then we'll take some calls straight to air for the rest of the night. This is Van Halen, In It. Man, I'm coughing. I've got a cough. I don't know if I can last the whole show, Watko. You ready to step in if needs be?
No, because I used to do a similar show to this many moons ago, but I've retired from that game. So
come on, get back in on the game. Get back on the game.
No, I can't do this call-in business anymore.
Right, OK. Noel Taylor, you're a dick. Issy Allison, you're an idiot. And Kieran Knight, shove it up your backside.
Why are you being rude to the listener?
I'm bored. Bit of a boring show, Ian. Bit slow today, dude. No offence. Well, offence is taken. Offence is taken.
We're talking about magic.
Come on. No, it's not a bit slow. It's a bit different. It's not a bit slow. It's a bit different. Offence is taken. There's one guy who was really rude about a show I did. I can't remember what he said, but he was really rude about it.
You say it wasn't very good?
He said it wasn't very good, and I can't remember which show it was. And so his emails now go to my spam folder, because I've kind of just... Excuse me. He was saying, I'm just, you know, it's a bit of constructive criticism. It wasn't. It was just quite rude and nasty. And I didn't say that. He'd sent me a book to read. It was rubbish. You know. But I didn't say that to him. I didn't write back saying, hey, the book you sent me was rubbish. I just went, OK.
Move on.
They're getting on my nerves tonight, Watko. And I've got indigestion from that coffee I had earlier and the Nando's, which was delicious, but boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You've eaten too much, basically.
Yeah.
We've had ice cream as well.
Yeah. Hey, we met a dude tonight who is making a film about Zulus.
Yes, we did.
And we're going to be in the Bond Street scene.
We're going to be extras in a documentary-stroke movie about the Zulu king.
Who came over to England.
Who came over to England to just see the sights and stuff, and we're going to be in that film.
We were sat in Nando's. We ended up talking to everybody. We had our pictures taken with people, chatting to this guy who's making a documentary-stroke movie, stroke radio documentary about Zulus. That young lad next to us who had a Kiss T-shirt and didn't even know that Kiss were a band.
He knew there were 4 people in Kiss, though.
He knew there were 4. He didn't know any of their songs. His girlfriend was called Sade. She was wearing a very nice crocheted cardigan.
I think Sade had a thing for you.
Yeah, well, I'm a smooth operator.
Good word.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shall we take some calls straight to air?
Do it.
Should we do a TFT?
A TFT?
Yeah. Thank the flip, it's Thursday.
Oh, right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it now.
Let's do it for old time's sakes. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian. Hello, all right?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Pete from Portsmouth.
Pete from Portsmouth.
Hey. Hello, Watko.
Hey, dude, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thanks. This doesn't count as an important target, does it?
No, although we have recorded an important target today, and we were going to record one tonight as well, but I guess we're not now.
For those people that don't know, it's a podcast that me and Ian do on the sly. No, this isn't
Right,
important.
under
This
the
isn't an
radar.
important target. This isn't.
Mr. Gracie, it doesn't really exist. Turn off now if you're listening.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Unless you want to host it on your website, Mr. Grace, in which case you're more than welcome to. Yes.
I've got I suppose, a couple of questions. Well, The first one is that if you're allowed to say, what did you do 3 months ago that you mentioned that you got in trouble for at Absolute Radio?
Not allowed to say, but we lost a lot of advertisers as a direct result of it.
Really? Because I'm thinking of tracking back through the podcast.
Yeah.
3 months ago, listening to a few shows, trying to work out what it was.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Is it worth trying to?
You'll find it. Yes, you'll definitely find it.
3 months exactly. Show date.
I don't. Listen, go and do the work. Come on, young man. You MTV generation. You've got it all. When I was a boy and I wanted to research something, I had to go to the library.
Hey, I'm Xbox generation.
There we go. You see exactly.
Second question.
Yes.
I know you're a bit of the sort of master of Beatles questions. You get a lot of listeners that call in and ask Beatles questions.
Well, Watko's also a bit of a master, so together we will know everything about the Beatles. We have no holes in our knowledge.
Well, it's kind of bittersweet in the fact that the first Beatles album I listened to was Revolver.
Okay.
Which is my favourite, of course.
One of the best. Yep.
And it seems to be the best album. I've now gone on to Abbey Road.
Yep. Which is my favourite at the moment.
Oh, really? 'Cause I find it a bit hit and miss.
No, side two. Side two is where it's at. Once you get side two, side one is troublesome, but it's worth the effort.
Okay. Well, I don't know where to go from here because I feel like I've started at the top and I found the best albums.
Okay.
And
Watko, I'm going to write down. I'm going to write down the Beatles album he should go for. You're going to write down the Beatles album. We're going to see if we're thinking of the same one. He's got Revolver. He's done Revolver. Abbey Road, bit hit and miss. I know exactly what it should be.
Okay. Yeah, I've got mine.
Okay, you're going to write it down?
I don't mind going back in time either. I don't mind the early stuff.
Don't
I'm
worry.
I'm open-minded to whatever.
Write it down. Come on, we're going to hold it up at the same time. We're going to see if we've got this.
I'm going to have to write it on the party ring packet.
Okay.
Oh, you got party rings?
Yeah, do you want one, man?
Do you know party rings are just ice gems in disguise?
Thank you. That's what I said. Thank you. Come on, Watko, write down the Beatles album. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what he needs to go for.
I know it's going to be totally different
on the
to
count
yours.
of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
What we got?
Okay, from up north we have
Help.
From down south we have Rubber Soul.
Rubber Soul? What's that?
What?
It obviously Help's the one you got to go for. If you don't know what Rubber Soul is, then I'd wait on that one.
Help is a good kind of glimpse, because I don't really like the really early records, the sort of rock and roll stuff, although as I get older I find them quite charming, but they don't really do it for me. Help is a good album, yeah. Although side 2 is a bit hit and miss, I think.
I like it all.
I like I've Just Seen the Face, which is on there.
I've just seen the face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me.
I prefer the Kid Recorder version.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And it's also got there's a song that's not very good, but I really like it.
Night Before?
We said, yeah, Night Before, yes.
Night Before.
I like that. It's a good film, Help.
Cool. I'll put it into Pirate Bay and see what comes up.
Whoa!
Oh, crikey me.
You'll go to your local branch of Our Price Records and you'll pay full price for it. It's TFT. Let's go to line 2. You're on the wireless.
Hey up my door.
Are you talking to me, Sue?
I'm talking to Watko. How are you doing, me old cocker?
Not so bad. I saw you in town a couple of days back. I was telling
You seen me
Ian.
in town yesterday and you looked really skinny.
I've been on a diet, Sue. That's the reason for that. I've lost a
You've
stone
been
and a
having
half.
too many pineapples. You want to get your mum to cook you some more roast dinners. You know, you want to put a bit of weight on. You look like a skeleton, man.
Not as Skeletor-esque as Ian Lee in front of me. He's always been quite skinny.
Shut up, man. I've got a bit of a pot now. I've got a pot growing.
Stop arguing, you two. I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you now, Watko. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know when you did the TFF, the talk shows, you shouldn't retire from it, man. You have helped me big style.
Spank.
See, she loves me.
I love you. I've got you to thank for where I am today, mate.
And where are you today, Sue Morgan?
I'm in Mansfield, Door.
Okay, well, Watko, do you accept that praise and that thanks?
I think she's talking about the fact that she is a budding presenter on a radio station, I believe.
Yeah, full-time now, my daughter, yeah. Fair enough, it's only community, but I tell you what, I'm loving it. And it's through Watkins that got me there.
Do you do the Wappy Hour on your show?
Yeah, wappy hour. I go, roll. I done a step down, son.
Ian, would you ever consider doing a wappy hour?
What's a wappy hour?
It's where you can play stupid stuff. You can come out with funny jokes. You can come out with just about everything and get away with it.
Oh, there you go. No, I would never.
You can take step down, sonny. Roll.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Sue Morgan, thanks for calling, but I'm going to cut you off.
You're welcome, Mardo.
There we go. They're lovely. That's Sue Morgan there. Let's hope she never calls in ever again.
I miss her.
Well, okay, you can have her. Line 3, you're on TFT.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I was wondering, will you two be debating the services?
What aspect of the services?
I understand there's been some disagreement between yourself, Iain Lee,
yes,
and your friend, Ian Watkins,
yes,
regarding the services podcast.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, is this, who is this?
This is, I'm guessing, a listener to the Services podcast, right?
Well, I suppose that's correct.
Basically, listener, Ian Watkins does a podcast where he goes to a service station with his mate and they record it. It was going to be us that did it, as you sold the idea to me first, and then you then went and did it with someone else. But then you told me tonight that podcast is dying on its arse because you haven't got any ideas, you haven't got the creative juices, you haven't got the balls to go up to people, and you haven't got the name of Iain Lee to sell it. So is that correct?
Some of what you said there
correct.
is true.
It's correct, yes. It's good. It's right. Leave it there. So,
I think it's a bit offensive, that, Ian. I mean,
sorry?
Mr. Watkins did have chewing toothpaste on his podcast.
There you go, Ian. That's the reason why we're in trouble. No, there will be more service podcasts, but only 3 people listen to it. That's you, me. Ian's never listened to it.
No.
So I don't know. We need to get it more out there. But at the moment, it's just 2 guys. Services are all pretty much the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Apart from T-Bay. Get to T-Bay.
I've got very bad indigestion. Any suggestions on what I can do to get rid of it?
Chicken korma.
Thank you very much. I just squeezed the nut! Totally squeezed the nut. My left nut squeezed. Iain Lee, Absolute Radio. Ian Watkins. Watko is here.
When are we going to decide on what you're going to call me?
Watko.
Just Watko.
Watko. I introduced you to my son as Watko today. So
You did?
Did. You met Astro Boy.
And Astro Boy was tried to say Watko, but instead said Keys.
He said Keys a lot, didn't he? He loves saying Keys. Eloise is through there.
Hiya.
Hey. Just let you know, your mic will be up, so if you are going to heckle any of the callers, just, be aware that we will be able to hear you.
I told you that I speak with...
Because I can't see your mouth, I can see your nose, and that's it, so I don't know that you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then it was lovely to just hear you go, spank. It was very nice. We're doing TFT. What does that stand for?
Thank Thursday, it's Friday. I don't know what
something
it
like
for.
that. It's kind of a tribute.
I like that one better.
I like that one. It's kind of a nod to Watko's old show. Let's go to line 1. You're on the wireless.
Yes, I understand that the show couldn't get any worse, but then you have to invite Ian Watkins on, and now you're trying to encourage him to get back on air. Do you know how many Ian Watkins fans it takes to change a light bulb?
No.
Put it this way, you're going to be in the dark a long time. There isn't any. Watko, you're finished. I don't know why you even bother. Do you know, he still goes into pubs, sits in the corner, rings the barman up, and whispers, "Oh, can you just ask if Ian Watkins is in the pub?" Of course, the barman will shout out, "Ian Watkins here," and he'll just walk across. "Hi, everybody, I'm Ian Watkins. Yeah, that's me here." Does it all the time. You're a loser, Watkins. TFF was a loser show, and you're finished.
And with that, he's gone. Oh, that's...
Yeah, he used to phone my show quite regularly.
A lot of bile. It's like, listen, I've got to say, this is a fun place to be, OK? I don't want any of your bad listeners coming over here, OK? This is a fun place. For fun. All right, guys, we agreed?
Yeah.
For fun?
It's been 2.5 years since I did that show. I can't believe that man has been waiting to pounce. Shame on you.
For fun. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hi. I don't know what that bloke's problem was. He seems quite nice.
He seems all right, doesn't he? He's staying at my house tonight.
Well, seems ever so nice.
I have lots of the silverware up, though, just in case.
Oh, I wouldn't bother.
Do people still have silverware? Does anyone have silverware anymore?
Well, I don't.
No, I don't.
My mum's got some posh
In
knives
fact,
and
if
forks.
I
Posh
had
knives and
silverware, the
forks.
dog would roll over and show burglars where it was. So, no, I just wondered whether it's always the same
what was?
people.
It's lipstick? What?
It's always the same people that seem to phone up for your show.
I was saying this tonight in Pizza Express over dessert, that it's always the same people that phone up, although I don't recognise your voice.
No,
and it's
I know.
getting on my nerves a bit.
No, I'm new. I'm staying with my sister. I don't normally listen to radio station.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologise.
I'm a Planet Rock listener.
Well, I think do we own them?
No.
We don't own them. In that
Oh,
case,
you don't?
shame on you. Shame on you.
Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry.
Yes.
No, it's really nice to hear other people's diverse opinions.
Yes.
But not the same people all the time. And the last guy was just weird.
He was. Well, I don't
But
know.
if you normally listen to Planet Rock, how do you know we've always got the same callers?
Yes, you've been watching a lot of Columbo. Well done.
Because I stay at my sister's quite a bit, and she has absolute in the bedroom 24/7.
What would you suggest we can do to get different voices on the air?
I don't know, to be honest.
Should we do serious issues?
No, don't be silly.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. You watch Panorama and things for serious issues.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
want serious.
No,
We
okay.
want fun.
Okay. All right, yes.
But no, that was only my point. That, so it just gets to me. But it's lovely to hear you all, and it's nice to hear people that have got a bit of fun with them.
Well, sir, thank you very much for calling. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Make sure you call again. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian. How you doing, mate?
Hello, Zulu.
How you doing, Zulu? I'm just on to ask you. Do you know how you done your five-side football?
The where now?
So I slow down a bit. Do you know how you done your five-side football charity match?
We did it last year. Well, it wasn't for charity. We wouldn't do it for charity. We did it last year, and there was talk of doing like a game of rounders or something this year, and then, you know...
I've got a better idea for you.
Go on, fella.
I was thinking about Texas Hold'em.
Oh, poker?
Yeah,
I don't know how to play poker.
I'll teach you. It's fine, man.
No, when people say they'll teach you how to play poker, what they mean is, I will steal money from you. That's how that works.
The hustler. But that'd be brilliant. You can get a camera crew in the studio, film us all, but it could be a different studio for your own one. Could be a laugh. Could be on air at the same time as you're on.
It could be a laugh, or it could be a disaster. Can you play poker, Watko?
Straights and flushes and full houses? No.
Eloise, can you play poker? You strike me as the sort of girl that can play poker.
No.
Really?
I haven't a clue how you play it.
Maybe we should get a little poker school going. It's not a bad idea.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
Okay. Line 4, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
Jerry!
It's a crazy, crazy, crazy night.
You missed out crazy, but never mind.
That bloke with Kiss.
Yeah?
I remember them.
Yeah, I remember them.
How did your meeting go this morning?
Did I have a meeting this morning?
With Barry.
Oh, with Barry. Thank you, Watko, my
That's okay.
personal secretary. It was... listen, kids, if you're coming to see Barry from Watford show tomorrow at the Watford Palace Theatre, there are plenty of tickets still available. If you bought a ticket, I would check the returns policy, because he went through the script with me today. Very, very shaky. He's actually charging people for that. Very, very shaky.
Was it shaking the Eldorado set?
It's a little bit. It's going to be a stinker, I think. But you know, if you want to come along and watch an old man dying on his arse, then tomorrow night, Watford Palace Theatre, 7:30, be there.
It'll take a long time for me to get there. I have to book the train 48 hours in advance.
Yeah, well, Jerry, that's why you're not invited. I don't think they have disabled... No, they will have disabled access there. Yes, they will do. It's an excellent theatre. Well, Jerry, on that bombshell, we said thanks for calling. We'll take one more call, then we'll play a song. We'll do some more calls straight to air. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
I paid $380 for this flight.
Yeah, well, geez, I hope they kissed you first. This is my 4th trip today. Just this morning, I went to Kentucky. Wait.
Right, someone playing Family Guy to us down the phone. On that note, we'll have Green Day.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Down, down, rock and roll, 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 rock and roll. Green Day, rock and roll. They're quite good lyrics, aren't they? I'm going to send that to the Green Day boys and say, listen, that bit at the end of that song Basket Case, where it's instrumental, you're missing a great opportunity for... I'm going to do that again. You're missing a great opportunity for a real sing-along chorus for when you play at the Milton Keynes Bowl, and it goes a bit like this. Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. Ooh, rock and roll. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Ooh, it's rock and roll. Ooh, rock and roll. Green Day, rock and roll. Green Day, rock and roll. A bit different that time, but still as effective, I think. Still as effective. Do you want to have a go, Watko?
Go on, then.
Okay, it goes... hang on a minute, I'll wait for it to stop.
I'm going to have to stand up.
Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of reverb on. You ready? Here we go.
Rock, rock, rock and roll. Rock, rock, rock and roll. Rock, rock, rock and roll. It's Green Day rock and roll. Green Day rock
They should get their own TV series called Green Day Rock and Roll, and that would be the theme tune, the last 20 seconds of Basket Case by Green Day. And with us... That was good, man. You've got a pair of lungs on you. You're like the Sam Fox of the 21st century.
Hang on. What? What are you talking about?
Line 4, you're on the wireless.
Cakes, cheesy marks can work too. All you have to do is take a cup of flour, add it to...
Okay. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Line 1. Turn your radio off.
I think that you should probably discuss some more ladies' time and bath time habits.
Well, now listen, the ladies' time... I've been in trouble with my wife for doing the ladies' time. Watko said he was disgusted by it. I'm worried that maybe we crossed a lady line when we did that show.
That is exactly why the statistics are all wrong, because they don't like talking about it.
There we go, you say. I thought they were very candid on the lady time special.
Just a little too candid for...
You didn't like it? You like to think of women as being precious little flowers that don't dare be opened.
I just think that you shouldn't going anywhere near the flowers. Not on the radio, anyway,
Well,
at least.
We weren't going near it. We were just walking through the garden and smelling the scent.
You see, that's the whole point. That sentence is the reason why you should kind of, distance yourself from that kind of stuff. Anyway, I didn't realise that this was rude radio. I thought that you were, the hip and trendy type guy, not the let's get down in the gutter.
Listen, I ran out of ideas 6 months before I joined Virgin Radio. And so the gutter is the only place to go. Although I've just come up with a new word, sentence, but spelt S-C-E-N-T-E-N-C-E. OK, S-C-E-N-T-E-N-C-E. OK, so it's sentence, so it's like a smell.
But it's a bad smell, and it's like a death sentence.
OK. Line 4, you're on the wireless. OK, listen, I'm very happy for you to phone in and play clips, of course I am, but you're going to have to play them a lot louder for it to be effective.
I like that, though.
I think it was the soundtrack to Wipeout, I'm not totally sure. 3, you're on the wireless. The video game,
Ian.
not the TV show. Yes, line 3.
Hi, my name's Big G from Kirkintilloch near Glasgow.
From where, sorry?
Just Kirkintilloch near Glasgow.
OK, lovely to have you on board, sir.
Thank you. I was just wondering what your opinion was on ignorant people on public transport.
Well, they have to get around somehow, I suppose. It depends how ignorant they're being.
Well, basically, I get the bus to work every day.
Yeah.
And sometimes you struggle to find a seat.
Yeah.
Because people put their bags on the seat to make it look full.
Hey, there was... OK, get this right. So I'm on the train tonight, OK, today.
Yeah.
And there was a woman, and she was on the seats that fold down on the tube. She was sat there, but she had her leg under her bum, OK? So she was like making this shape here, Watko. Could you describe this for me?
A sort of a 4.
Yeah.
A 4 shape.
Right, so what her foot that was under her bum was on the seat next to it, which meant the seat next to it couldn't be used. A young man with long hair got on and said, "Oh, could you move your foot, please?" And she went, "Oh, no, I'll go and sit somewhere else." He went, "Oh, no, hey, no, don't worry. I'm just saying I can't get to the seat. Just move your foot." And she went, "Actually, I've got an injury, which means I can't sit down like a normal person."
Yeah.
And he went, "OK, I'll go and sit somewhere else then." And she went, no, I'll get up and stand. So she couldn't sit like a normal person. She could have her leg under her bum, and she could stand up. Come on. She was French.
Well, can I tell you a story that's worse than that?
Oh, please do. Yeah.
There was one morning, I was getting the bus, and I was sitting at the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And it's basically, it's the buses where you've got the back seat under the back window.
Yeah.
And then there's another row that faces that seat.
Yeah.
And there's not much space there.
No, of course not.
But basically what people do is they sit towards the aisle.
Yeah.
So that it looks as if there's no other seats at the window side.
Yeah.
So there's an old lady come up the back.
Yeah.
And she was trying to get a seat. And she said to the young man there, I mean, this lady, maybe in her 60s, she said, "Excuse me, can you move along so I can get a seat?" And he said, "No, the other seat's too dirty."
Oh, come on.
And what he made her do was climb over him and the other people to get into the window seat.
Well,
and I was just disgusted with that. That's basically my point. I'm just disgusted with the ignorance of people.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate your call. Watko, let's quickly get your thoughts on that before I play some adverts and then come back with the Pierces.
Disgusting.
There we go.
Absolute Radio.
You're listening to Absolute Radio.
Auto Glass Repair, Auto Glass Replace.
Gavin, 30.
Well, it's the last 15 minutes of the show. Iain Lee, Absolute Radio. Take your radio diaries now. Eloise is through there. Okay. Mark Crosby, Stills and Nash is on at 1 o'clock. And my good buddy, Watko, is here. Good evening.
Hi.
You're staying at my house this evening?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you want to stay up and watch a movie?
Well, aren't you tired?
Yeah.
Well, then perhaps we should go to bed.
Come on.
That makes it sound like we're going to bed together. We're not staying in the same room.
Homophobe?
Look, if you... Just not that way inclined, that's all it is.
Okay.
That's all it is.
That's interesting.
And I believe that you have a wife, yes? Who
So,
might be a
didn't
little
El-
bit...
Didn't Elton John have a wife for a couple of years, Renata? Well, you know. Hey. So, last 15 minutes of the show, we're going to take the call straight to air. If you come along to Barry from Watford show tomorrow, then not touch me. It's the only thing. Say hello, but don't touch me.
I'm going tomorrow.
Touch Watko instead. He's my touch buddy.
The touch post.
0330 123.
That did sound rude. Sorry, I'm in the gutter now with you.
Yes, exactly. Rolling around in the filth. 0330 123 1215. Call straight to air for the last 15 minutes of the show. Say whatever you want. Don't swear. Don't be libelous. You can play clips down the phone. But if you do, can you play them nice and loud so we can hear them, please?
Have you got any topics?
Yes. Should Prince Harry go to Afghanistan?
That's too serious, that.
Ooh, you can't. What do you mean too serious? This is an important thing.
Well, we've not got enough time to properly discuss that. We've only got 13 minutes. So therefore something a little bit more light and fluffy would probably help.
Okay, should William and Kate Middleton be taking a hairdresser with them when they go to the United States?
That is a little bit more fluffy.
Okay, well then, should we do that?
Go on then.
Line 4, you're on the wireless.
Hi.
Hey, Vinny! Hey! Say hello to my guest!
Who's your guest?
Watko!
Alright, Watko.
How you doing, Vinny?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Are you coming tomorrow?
Nah.
Why?
I haven't got the tickets.
I can get you a ticket.
Yeah, but I still can't come.
Well, there you go. Then don't say it's because you haven't got the tickets, okay? You bullshiner.
Anyway.
Ah, dear. Vinny, say hello to Carol.
Alright, Carol.
Okay, there we go. You see, Carol's listening, and that's made her day. She's a big fan of Verinda's, and he made her day.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, I was just wondering, do you use hand gels?
In what context, Vinny?
You know, those antibacterial hand gels.
Sometimes I do. I do sometimes go to hospitals, and you have to use them there. Otherwise, you get shouted at by, let me finish what I'm saying, you get shouted at by a doctor like David Cameron did. And sometimes I use them at home, but not too often.
Yeah, I'm kind of addicted to them.
They are very addictive, yes, I'll give you that. Yep.
Yeah, I even stick them up my nose.
Sorry?
My nose. Yeah, it's a good feeling afterwards. Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Hi.
Hello?
Yes.
God, you really do sound weird.
Thanks.
That's alright. What are you up to?
Nothing, just about to go to bed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. What do you do before you go to bed?
Nothing. Just change my clothes.
You what?
Wait, I changed my clothes, my sleeping clothes. I changed my sleeping clothes.
Your sleeping clothes? What, do you have pyjamas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Do they have like little checkers on them or something? Teddy bears?
No, it's
like
just
that?
white, plain white.
Plain white.
Yeah.
Then they get dirty quite quickly. That's what I would find. I don't wear white pajamas, but
Yeah.
you probably.
Yeah, it does. You would get dirty quite quickly.
Oh no, I've got like comic strip ones. So if they do get dirty, you can't really tell. So it's okay.
Yeah, why would they get dirty though?
They wouldn't, but I mean that's me personally. Other people. That's why I don't get people have showers in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. You go to bed, you're clean. You
Not
get up
really.
and you do
No,
things
you're not
during
clean,
the day.
But
Why
you're
not?
not clean. When you're in bed, you're not clean. Well, all that dirt you left on your bed has gone back into your body. On body, I should say.
Well, I like to think my bed's really clean. I think
Yes.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
but-
People have a shower when they wake up. All they have done is slept. If you have a shower before you go to bed clean, your bed's clean. That's fine. Accumulate dirt during the day, have a shower, go to bed.
Yeah, I know, but you're like in your duvet for like say 8 hours, so you're sweating.
Really?
By the time you get out.
Well, I have the window open, so personally, that's...
Yeah, but you still would be sweating a
Well,
little
then
bit.
you wash your covers. Why would you go to bed dirty? It seems like a horrible idea.
I'm not talking about being dirty. I'm talking about being sweaty.
Is that not a type of dirt?
Not really.
I would have thought it is.
Well, in that case, you're dirty all the time because you're sweating all the time.
Oh, that's a horrible idea.
Yes, but you are sweating all the time. You do realise that.
No, you don't really.
Yes, you under your armpits.
Not.
Just
What about
all the-
people? Okay, what about people in Antarctica? Surely they won't be sweating all the time.
Even they are sweating all the time.
I don't think so. I think they'd be pretty cold.
Yeah, but it's they wear thick clothing.
Yeah.
So
to keep
under
them warm, not to make them hot.
Yeah,
Surely.
but I think you find that is a scientific fact that you sweat no matter what
I quite want to look this up. I'm going to go on Google. I'm going to do an Iain and go on Google.
Yeah.
As we're speaking.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what to type into that. Do people sweat all the time? That's not something I really want us to ever search, but okay. All the time.
What's wrong with sweat?
It's just, I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. It happens to
Are
everyone,
you
but
sweating right now?
I'd like to think no. Not particularly.
What about under your armpits?
No, because I use deodorant like a lovely lady.
So that will
Oh,
stop.
now it's just coming up with loads of medical conditions. Oh, yes. Oh, God. I'm just seeing words like pain and rash. Oh, I don't want to see this at this time of night. No, I don't think, no, it's not coming up anywhere. I don't think it's a scientific fact.
But you do sweat, though.
What about when you're
forget-
swimming? What about when you're swimming? I'll look that up. Surely someone's asked that before.
Yeah, you're
When
definitely
they
sweating then.
swim.
It's just
Yeah,
that-
oh, it's actually coming up on predicted. Jesus. Do people sweat while they're swimming in the water?
Yeah, you do sweat. It's just that it's washed away when you're swimming. So, yeah. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello. I would like to say that you don't sweat all the time.
Okay, then we're...
Because
How do you
I have
know
a
that?
condition, I have a skin condition, whereby whenever I sweat, I get a rash kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's probably, a lot of sweat.
No, it isn't a lot of sweat. And you can even get tablets that stop you sweating. And you're
Yeah, I know.
This is your singing telegram. I hope we find you well. You're invited to a party because we think you're really swell.
Hello? What the hell was that?
Yellow. I think it's yellow.
Yellow?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, how you doing, yeah?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know that Prince Harry, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think you should go to Albania.
Why?
Well, because all those bullets and all those guns.
Yeah, so? What about them? Yes, hello. Anyone there? Line 1. Are you there?
Never get to bed.